there! So today is the second in my series of cold weather cures. I'm going to be focusing on my favorite hand creams today. I know that this time of year particularly my hands are getting very dry, especially around my cuticles, and I'm finding that actually the tips of my fingers are peeling a little bit. So I really like to make sure I apply a really nice, rich, and heavy hand cream at night. Maybe something I don't want to use during the day because it's a little bit thicker and heavier than what I would typically want during the day, but at nighttime it's a really great way to moisturize and wake up to soft hands. I'm going to start with some of the products that I like that are on the less expensive side from the drugstore, and then move up to the items that you can usually find at more your specialty stores, your Sephora's and things like that. And I am also going to be sharing with you a very special skin cream that you cannot buy in stores, so I'm really excited to share that with you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm going to be starting with the products that you can purchase at the drugstores or the larger retailers first. Now, while I am focusing primarily on the thicker, heavier hand creams, I did want to mention one hand lotion that I particularly like. This is something that I keep by my bathroom sink at all times. This is actually introduced to me by my mom. This is the Curel Daily Moisture Original Lotion for dry skin. This has become a real favorite lotion for me. It's not greasy, it's very lightly scented. I find that I like this a lot for as I wash my hands throughout the day and they do get dry from all that soap and water. I really like to have this to put on right after I wash my hands. And because it's not greasy, there isn't any downtime of kind of waiting for that to soak in before I'm moving on to other things. So my mom had always had this by her kitchen sink, and I had a chance to try it, I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago, one time when I was visiting, and I really liked it. I've been purchasing it ever since. And you'll probably see this appear again when I talk about my favorite body lotions. This is definitely one of my go-to products, and I think this is probably the third bottle of this that I have, but this is really good. It's just an all throughout the day kind of lighter moisture. Does a really good job. It's lighter in feel and texture, but it's not lighter in how it moisturizes your skin. So definitely one of my go-tos. Now, another product that I really like from the drugstore, if you're looking for a nice heavy moisture that is fragrance free, this is the Eucerin Intensive Repair Extra Enriched Hand Cream. I like this one on some nights when maybe I just don't want any type of fragrance. Sometimes I really look forward to that sort of nightly ritual of putting on a different hand cream, and I really enjoy the fragrances, and maybe I'll pick one that night that, you know, particularly calls to me, and it's just something that I want to smell that night. I know that kind of sounds a little bit strange, but I do like the variety of the different fragrances. I think that's the kind of the fun part of having so many different hand creams. But this one on some nights when maybe my allergies are bad or I just don't want to have any fragrance, you know, while I'm kind of relaxing, this Eucerin Intensive Repair hand cream is really nice for that. Very hydrating, very nourishing, but you're not going to get any kind of fragrance. And if you're particularly sensitive to fragrance and you don't ever like to have something that's got a heavier scent to it, this might be a really great option for you to check out as well. Now, something that does have a little bit heavier fragrance, but something I've really come to love, is this Nivea cream. I found this last year, I believe, in the travel section at Target, and I've seen it over and over there, and I have not seen it at other locations, but I haven't honestly really looked for it because this one has lasted me quite a while. This is a very thick, rich hand cream. I'm going to show you this one because it is very thick. So it kind of squeezes out like the consistency of a toothpaste. As you can see there, very creamy, thick consistency. This does a really good job. You can see there, it's got a very thick consistency. This does a really nice job of hydrating the skin. It has a very sort of classic Nivea smell. I know some of their lotions now have a little bit different fragrance, but this, if you're familiar with the Nivea products, may have more like the classic traditional Nivea smell that you might be used to. But this is really nice, and it was very inexpensive. I think it was, I know, under $3 and maybe even under $2 in that travel section. So I was really glad to have this, and this is a really nice option some nights when my hands are particularly dry. The other product that I like that you can purchase from the drugstores or the mass market retailers is a cuticle cream or cuticle balm, and this is the Burts Bees Lemon Cuticle Cream. I think this is a really popular item. It does a great job, and it's at a really nice, inexpensive price point. It has a very strong lemony scent, but I really like a lemon fragrance. So this isn't super greasy. It just has a nice, actually won't even be able to see this on my hand, but I just wanted to show you that it's not overly oily. It does have a lot of nice staying power, so I apply this to my cuticles at night, all of my cuticles, before I apply my hand cream and then rub it all in together. But it does a really nice job of softening those cuticles, which for me get, you know, particularly dry this time of year. Now moving on to some of the hand creams that you can find at your more specialty stores, like the Sephora, or this one is available at Ulta and also Loccitane. So let me start with the one that's available at Sephora. Now this is a really popular item, and I kind of like it for a different reason than maybe others do. This is the Soap and Glory Hand Food. I purchased this a while back through the Sephora website, and I have to say when I got it, I had heard really good things about the fragrance of it, and I have to say when I got it, I did not like the fragrance of this at all, but I will say that mine smells a little, maybe like it's old or off. It just has a little bit of a smell to me, like maybe I didn't get the freshest of the tubes of this, so I'm not really sure if I can definitely say I don't care for the fragrance of this, because I would like, it's something I'd like to try again and maybe a fresher tube. But all that aside, this has got to be one of my most favorite hand creams as far as the softening results of this. When I put this on at night, I wake up with the softest hands that I have ever had with another product. Maybe some products are more hydrating than this, but as far as softening the skin and the feel of my skin, nothing else compares to this. I think this is a wonderful product, and even if the smell is what it is and what I am smelling in this packaging is pretty standard for it, I would still repurchase it. It's not something that I find that offensive. It's just not my favorite, but because of the softening results of this, I would still continue to purchase it. This is an empty. I used all of it, but I wanted to save it for this video so I could, you know, show you how much I enjoyed this one. Now, sort of a newer competing product. I've mentioned this before. I think I showed this on Instagram and maybe in a favorites video. This is the Ginger & Company Hand It To Me Dreamy Hand Cream. This has absolutely become a new favorite for me. Out of all of the creams that I'm going to show you today, this is my overall favorite for smell, consistency, feel. Like maybe this one makes my hands feel the softest, and maybe this one's the thickest and creamiest. But if I had to choose one that was just sort of an overall favorite, it's got to be this one, the Hand It To Me Dreamy Hand Cream. I fell in love with the scent of this immediately. Now, I will admit, when I was going through Sephora, this packaging caught my eye because I actually thought it was Soap and Glory. And I went over to it and I thought, oh, this isn't Soap and Glory after all, but let me check it out. And it's one of those fragrances that when I sampled it, I loved it immediately. It wasn't like, oh, I'm not sure, let me think about this. Some things have to grow on you. I just fell in love with this, and I'm like, I have to have that. It's a really good price point, in my opinion. You're getting, let's see, 3.37 ounces of product, and this was $7.99. I do often see coupons from Ulta where you get, you know, maybe $3 off a $10 purchase. So if you're purchasing this along with something else, you can get it a little less expensively. Even at full price, I think it's absolutely worth it. It just has a nice thicker but not too thick consistency. Maybe it's just slightly thicker than a traditional lotion would be, but it's not going to be as thick as like your Nivea or even the Soap and Glory. But the smell of this it's so unique. It's very, very difficult for me to describe, but it, to me, is just, it's heavenly. It says it has rose, mallow, and lemon balm. And the lemon balm, as I've mentioned before, is in the mint family. So it's almost like you get this nice, soft, powdery scent, and then there's something sort of fresh about it, and I think that that's the lemon balm that's coming through on this, but it's really something that you just need to smell for yourself. But I'll stop, but I absolutely love it. Wonderful, wonderful hand cream. Definitely will repurchase this one over and over again. They do have a body butter as well, and a body lotion, a body wash, just some different things in this line. So anyway, the next one that I want to talk about is just like to always have this on hand standard favorite, and this is from Loccitane. This is their just dry skin hand cream, I guess is what it's called. It has 20% shea butter in it. And this is just a really nice product that has a really great thick consistency. Again, not quite as thick as the Nivea, but it does have a nice sort of coating consistency where you really do feel like it's got a good amount of nourishment and hydration to it. Now, one of my favorite things about the Loccitane is that each year they come out with a holiday edition, and this year the packaging looks like this, and this is the jasmine fragrance. I really enjoy a jasmine fragrance, so if you're into the florals and jasmines, you would really, really love this. I'm not sure how long it's going to be available after the holidays, and I actually purchased this in their Hugs and Kisses gift set, which I reviewed on my blog. It came with a really nice lip balm that was also in the jasmine fragrance. So while I like to always have this original version on hand, it's kind of fun every once in a while to get one of their special holiday edition ones. So I'm glad to have both of these. This does come in a much larger size if you'd like, but I usually just get a small one. Since I rotate hand cream so often, it will take me a while to go through something like this, but definitely a good standard favorite that I think everyone should keep in your handbag. Really, really like that. So, and then finally, my extra special body cream that you cannot purchase at any stores, and it's so special that it doesn't even have a label on it. This is a hand cream, body lotion, hand lotion recipe that is made and given to me by my grandmother. So it is extra special. I am going to be sharing the recipe with this for you in a separate video. This is just a great moisturizing, rich, smells wonderful, all-purpose hand cream, body lotion, foot cream, whatever you want to use it for. It looks like this. Just sort of, you know, creamy and fluffy and wonderful, and it's really, really simple to do. I am going to, like I said, be showing you that in a separate video. Anybody can make this. It'll just take a few ingredients, and so that's a really great all-purpose item that I absolutely love to have. And every time I visit my grandma, I ask her if I can have a jar of that to take home with me, because she makes batches of it, and it's extra good and extra special because it comes from her. So anyway, those are all my favorite hand creams. I hope that you found this helpful. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.